Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Scar Navarro. I am the Drama King, where life is drama, drama is life. And today I'm going to talk about a real life drama with what's been going on last week in the YouTube streets, but especially even though with what's going on in the real world, it's also something that should need to be discussed more. But this one, though, I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to say, but at the end of the day, though, I'm no expert in the subject, but I'm just gonna give out my first thoughts. So, but also my intention is to always make sure to promote dramas, telenovelas, and even some real life drama without my intention becoming a drama channel. But anyway, um, especially with what happened with Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, Tati Westbrook, and all this goof drama to take down James Charles, I am just like, so you kind of see my shade here, but anyway, though, even though I don't wear makeup and things like that, but hey, everyone's entitled to wear whatever you feel is comfortable, whatever you love. I'm all for it though, but I saw this because I've already seen the whole Jeffree Star apology video and even experts talking about it, and boy, it's cringe at its finest. Especially with being on the couch, sitting there, having makeup ready, things like that. I'm like, I don't care what you're doing, I don't care what you're wearing, but you should be. But I'm like, if you really are sorry with what's going on, then show some genuinity. Like, just try to make it genuine, but boy. Especially when there has been proof of his racism, of so and just many defamation of character, so many things going on. I am just like, I even don't believe that he's the new Jeffree Star, because at the end of the day, I always still feel like Jeffree will never change in my opinion, but I know there's fans out there who do defend him, things like that, and everyone's entitled to believe what you want to believe, and that is fine though. But I just feel like, I'm sorry, I'm not buying his apology, because I'm like, the fact that you're using with what's going on to just talk about what you're doing, and especially with the fact you've talked about what is happening in the world and then making it all about you, I am just like appalled at this. I'm just beyond sickened, because in reality, you should just talk about the situation in general if you want to make an apology video, but also just be sincere and just own up to it and say, you know what, I did this. I am not proud of my actions. I fucked up. And I know what I did was beyond wrong, beyond awful. And I know that I have to own up to it and just accept things and just learn from this. But the other thing that turned me off, and he said when he tried to apologize to James Charles on the screen, if you needed, if you wanted to apologize, go call him, text him, and tell, or just have a conversation with him via Zoom. Or just meet up somewhere and realize, and just talk about it like real adults. That's the other thing that turns me off about this video. And another thing is selfless self-promotion, which one, I'm just like, my products are coming out. I'm like, that should be for another video, dude. You should do that for another video, and do whatever Jeffree Star, whatever you need to do. But if you're gonna make an apology video, you just own up to it. Just be sincere about it, and just talk about it personally. Like, just talk about what you did wrong, what you knew what you did wrong, and just stop saying it's the old Jeffree. It's the old. I don't care if it's the old Jeffree. I don't care because you're still the old Jeffree in my eyes. But at the end, but then he kind of also self promotes that I include seven. I like one. That's good and all, but you didn't need to do all of that. You just talk about what's really happening. Just own up to it, but also realize, like, and realize that, hey, just be sincere about it. You don't have to. If you want to do that, do it in another video. Do it, but if you're gonna make a apology video, you just say you do it immediately. When this is, you just do it immediately instead of waiting for a week or two. And just talk about specifically with what is really going on and tell your side of the story. Because one, if your intention was to ruin James Charles, just say it. But at the end of the day, though, he's still gonna make coins and things like that. But at the end of the day, though, he knew what he was doing, and I'm sorry, but I don't like Jeffree Star at all. And honestly though, I would never buy his products. But with all honesty in the world though, and even morphine took it down. Now he has his own, which at the end of the day though, I know people are still gonna buy it, and I know people are still gonna support him. But I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm like, if you say if you don't have anything to talk about, then don't say anything at all. But if you were guilty of something, then just admit to what's going on. Let go of whatever happened, your pride, your ego, and things like that. Make amends with those. Make amends with those that you knew you hurted. Have a conversation with those that you didn't do well with, but also realizing, you know what, I'm just going to talk up the situation in general. I'm going to leave everything that I'm doing behind. I'm going to talk about my other projects in my next video and just leave it there. You didn't have to like talk about at the real world and talk about your this and that. Do it in another video, but stop using the tragedies with what's going on to make it about yourself. It is beyond. It just makes you look even worse than you already are. And I am just like disenchanted because, especially when I talked about the Jenny 69 situation, which I know I'm gonna sound off topic here, but I'm just like, I am tired of the fake apologies. I'm tired of the fake this and that. You just own up to it and just say, you know what, I screwed up. I knew what I did was wrong. I will learn from this, and I'll make sure I never do it again. I make sure I learn from this and grow from this, because a real genuine adult though admits to their mistakes. Someone who realizes if they're wrong, then they're wrong, and sometimes it takes a lot for them to admit it to them, because sometimes people deal with their pride, defense, even sometimes go on a defense mechanism, in which one I can understand, because even though I also feel like that at times, but there's a moment where I have to realize, you know what, I wasn't right about the situation. I need to like let go of things, because I'm like, sometimes though, when you hear criticism, things like that, you just listen to it and realize, where do I go from here? And I know with the age of cancel culture and everything like that though, but overall though, I'm just not surprised, because Jeffree has done this for a while, especially when he said in a radio show that he has some receipts and things like that. I'm like, if you don't like this person, then just move on. Focus on your own life. Stop focusing on what he's doing, because if he was doing what he was doing though, he could have talked about it himself. But because honestly, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, if James Charles did that to that guy, then who knows? Then, hey, then what had happened though? You didn't have to just. Man, it's complicated, but But if you want to take down somebody to become the top, that means you're just a part of the problem. And in all general, though, I think I don't know why it's on the top of my head, but I think Jeffree's obsessed with James Charles and even with the likability. Hey, I'm not a fan of anyone here, but you're kind of make James Charles look even better in my own eyes. Especially from you, Shane and Tati. I'm just like, you both knew what you were doing. Just deal with it, own up to it. And even I find it a bit more, even I will admit though, it is a little more credible Tati's, but I still gotta give everyone the side eye. But hey, at the end of the day though, we're all humans, we make mistakes though, but if you continue to do them over and over again, that means you haven't changed in my eyes. Cause like, and for you Nathan, you dodged the bullet. And hey, if you need to tell your story, hey, we're all here to hear it. But overall though, beauty's always gonna be at the eye of the beholder, and I think honestly I think Jeffree serves the Cruella de Vil of the beauty community. But what are your thoughts on this, and what are your feelings about the situation though? Do you guys really believe in his apology? Do you think he's really gonna change or not? I'm gonna be honest with you, no, because he's gonna do over and over again. Especially, what do you guys think about this video? Because honestly, this is just the most insincere apology I've ever seen, and honestly, this is just a mess in itself. But alright guys, if you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns, please comment down below, like and subscribe. If there's anything you need to talk about, still comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves, and watch and there's also other videos that talk about drama adaptations. I'll talk about I just put out recently the Nothing But 30 first thoughts about Nothing But 30, and I'll talk, and also you can look at my Free Britney, and mucho more, the Netflix documentary I saw on Walter Mercado, and even telenovelas that were out in the year I was born. But please get a chance to watch them. But anyway, I'll see you all in the next one, and if there's any other topics you need me to talk about, I'll make sure of it. And have a wonderful day. Make sure to stay safe, wear a mask, and just take good care of yourselves, and get tested in case of anything. See you in the next one.